You all know Shia LaBeouf from the Transformers movies, but what you probably don't know is the messed up childhood he had to endure to get to that point. Take a look at Honey Boy. Highly recommend you watch it because this is going to make you look at Shia LaBeouf differently and really give you maybe some sympathy for why he's had such a tumultuous life.
Honey Boy is directed by Alma Harrell and it stars Shia LaBeouf, Lucas Hedges, and Noah Jupe in an autobiographical film written by Shia LaBeouf himself, where he chronicles his tumultuous relationship with his father, his upcoming career as a child actor, and his difficulties dealing with his mental health issues once he grows older. And this movie tells its story in a clever, non-linear fashion.
That's right.
By taking you through these flashbacks and flash forwards, showing you Shia LaBeouf's character as a young 12-year-old kid in the movie named Otis, and then Lucas Hedges playing the 22-year-old version of Otis.
Yes.
And then, of course, LaBeouf himself plays the father role, James.
Yeah, he does a masterful job. I mean, I've never seen Shia LaBeouf channel a character like this, but then obviously, of course, it's his father, so he's going to do such a good job. And when he was a kid, he actually, you know, if you read his bio, and as a kid, what he did was he actually did a lot of impersonations to his family of his father, so it was natural for him. But man, what a performance.
Yeah.
I mean, a nice range of emotions.
Yes, I certainly agree that this might be LaBeouf's greatest performance. I think that it just might be. I mean, every performance in this movie, from Noah Jupe to Lucas Hedges, who are both incredibly talented, make this movie experience extremely immersive.
Yeah.
They're just all very raw and vulnerable. You know, in particular, I'm really impressed with Noah Jupe's performance as 12-year-old Otis, you know, and there are some really, really gut-wrenching, heartbreaking scenes between him and Shia LaBeouf. And I also found the scenes by actress FKA Twigs very tender and intimate, where she kind of comforts the Noah Jupe character, because
I would say she really comforts him.
He really comforts him, yeah, but you know, they're very powerful, I feel, because you have a kid that's yearning for some love and acceptance, and he seems to find that with her.
And that's a great point. When I was watching this movie, one of the things that I stored in my memory banks was, this is a kid who's trying to find happiness wherever he can.
Yeah.
Even if it's at this seedy motel with some suspect people and with a woman who looks like she could be a prostitute.
Right.
But his dad's not in the picture. He doesn't have any close friends, so he's going to do whatever he can.
Yeah, and even though his father is so abusive at times towards him, this kid desperately wants his attention, his love, his acceptance. It is a very painful yet sobering look at these people's lives.
Yeah, I was very uncomfortable throughout most of the movie. This movie is blanketed with some uncomfortable but yet poignant moments. And like I said, you get a deep dive into what really makes Shia LaBeouf tick. You start to see how he had to grow up so fast at the age of 12, you know, being given cigarettes and being around marijuana, and of course the abuse and all the things he had to see.
And his expectations as a child actor.
Yes, all the pressure
you know, and how the roles of father and son sometimes could get blurred and reversed.
That's right. Who's in charge of whom?
Exactly. So very interesting topics all around. Not to mention the fact that I thought that the soundtrack for this movie was very fitting.
Yeah.
It added just a layer of pain and tenderness to the movie that I thought was very cleverly done.
Yeah, speaking of things that were cleverly done, let's talk about the techniques, right? This movie did a really good job of getting some cinematography that really gave you a sense of maybe emptiness or mundane. For example, a lot of these side-tracking shots where you just kind of see him walking through the sets, things happening, and him just kind of going through like it's routine, both when he was 12 and when he's 22.
Yeah, the movie definitely has like a documentary feel to it at times, you know, and that's what I like about this movie and some other movies that have come out this year, like Marriage Story. In some ways, this movie reminds me of that movie. Again, a very intimate portrayal of characters, a deep dive, like you said, into character studies.
Right.
Yeah.
So when trying to figure out what type of real rating to give this movie, I had to think about, okay, how much rewatch value does it have versus how well was this movie crafted, from, you know, directing to cinematography, screenwriting, acting. And I was battling back and forth, man, but I am going to give this movie 4.5 reels out of 5. I will say that I probably will not watch it again, but this is an artfully and thoughtfully made movie that has tremendous emotions that will impact almost anyone, and that really really gives you insight into Shia LaBeouf. It really is a good movie, and I do recommend you guys watch it.
Yeah, definitely, a great movie about the father-son relationship, like we said before. A script that is painfully honest, and for that reason, refreshing. Great performances all around. I forgot to mention earlier Lucas Hedges, who we know from Lady Bird and Manchester by the Sea, who gives a great performance as the older Otis. I'm going to agree with your rating and give it 4.5 reels. It's not a 5 reel movie simply because I don't think it's a movie that I would revisit, like you said.
Right, and it's a little short too.
It's just a movie that it's unpleasant, many times to watch, you know. So, but yeah, that's what I think.
Okay, all right. Let us know what you think in the comments down below, and don't forget to check us out on social media. On Facebook, we're at Real Screeners, and on Instagram, Real.Screeners.
That's right, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you enjoy our reviews, and stay tuned next time for your next real take on movies.
Ooh, teeny they are.
Are you a Jawa or are you an Ewok?
I need to know
where I'm going.
Yeah, like I need to know where I'm going with my comment. I just went off like, whoop. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Okay. How much rewatch? Let's try it again.
And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you enjoy
Especially if
with
you do.
tacos and burritos.